Okay, I'm going to go ahead and knock out 5.3 and maybe take a break and move home while doing this. So when they're asking us for the degree of these terms, we talked about this a little in class. Just remember they're asking for that highest exponent. So on this one, our degree would be 5. Here, remember that we'd add these exponents, but we don't care about exponents with whole numbers, just the exponents with the variables. So this one would be 3. Here, we'd have 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Classify the polynomial as monomial, binomial, trinomial, or none of these. So that just, how many terms are there? 1, 2, 3. Trinomial. The degree, we look for the highest power, because we're only looking at one term on them, remember. Mono, because there's 1. And then our degree, we don't care about that, so just 4, 5, because we're only looking for the ones that's with the variables. If p of x equals this and q of x equals this, find p of 7. So we don't need q of x on this one, we just need our p one. And that tells us we're putting 7 in for it. So 7 squared plus 7 plus 2. Because they give us this 7 right here. And so we plug 7 into our factors. So we have 49 plus 7 plus 2. 49 plus 7 is 56. Plus 2 is 58. If p of x equals this and q of x equals that, and they want to know q of negative 10, so that means we don't need this one this time. So we're going to plug in negative 10 to our x value. So I have 5 times negative 10 squared, subtract 1. Negative 10 squared is 100, because a negative times a negative is positive 100. 5 times 100 is 500, subtract 1 is 499. An object is dropped from, find the height of the object at t equals 7. So they tell us t equals 7, we're going to plug it into this one. So negative 16 times 7 squared is 1,120. Negative 16 times 7 squared is 1,120. And I'm in scientific notes, so let me switch back, enter, clear, grab this, 336 feet. Same thing, except now they tell us t equals 4. So I have negative 16 times 4 squared is 1,120. 864 feet. Simplify by combining like terms. So this is where I told y'all previously to highlight the different ones if you can. Use a color, mark them however you want. So x squared y, x squared y. Nine x, 5x, and then that 1/3, there's nothing that is a whole number besides that. So I have a negative 6, subtract 8, so I'd add them and keep the negative. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Negative 14 x squared y. Positive 9, negative 5, so 9 subtract 5 is 4. And then just bring the 1/3 down. So first thing I'm looking at is my x squares on this side. X squared here, x squared here, and that's it. xy, xy. And remember, whichever sign is in front of these is the sign you're going to use with that term. So I have 6x squared and 8x squared. This is positive, add them, and it's positive, so 14x squared. xy, I have negative 5xy and negative xy. This is 1. So negative 5 subtract 1 would be negative 6xy. Negative 9y squared, 8y squared, negative 9 plus 8 would be negative 1. Operations. So since we're adding, we're okay. So 7y squared plus 9y squared. So that would be y subtract y. 1 subtract 1 is 0. Negative 6 subtract 5 be negative 11. Okay, here there's no squares, so we're going to go ahead and have 2t squared. This is negative 8t plus 2t. Then 3 plus 4. I don't really like it when they write it like this, but that's completely up to you on how you want to look at it that way. Alright, here we have a cube and a cube, 4.3 plus 0.8, and it's positive, so it is plus. So 5.1 x cubed. Squares have 1.8, subtract 1.4, which is 0.4, and it's positive. Then I have negative 4.4x plus 1.3x. Negative 3.1. And then this is by itself. Now remember, when we're subtracting these, we have to change the signs over here. I went into great detail in class over why we do this. So I'm going to rewrite the first one and then change the signs of the second one. Negative times negative there, so plus 4y. Negative times positive, so subtract 4. 5 subtract 4 is 1, so I have y squared. Negative 4y plus 4y, 0. 3 subtract 4 would be negative 1. Okay, I hate when they write them like this, so I'm going to rewrite it. 8y squared subtract 5y plus 4. Now I'm changing signs, so a negative times negative plus 2. Negative times a positive. Negative times a positive. Combine. 8y squared plus 2y squared would be negative 5y subtract 5y. 4 subtract 8. I think y'all kind of get the hint on this one, because we just keep going and changing our signs. If y'all have questions on that, email me though, and I'll go ahead and finish it.